So I decided today I'm gonna do a thing. I can't even act like I ain't picked up this weight. Yep, I picked it back up. So I said what I'm gonna do is walk the cul-de-sac. And I'm gonna tell you this before I start. Choose life every day. Choose life every day and every moment. Let go of having control. Just live. Live in the moment. Okay, now let's go. I said that what I'll do is I'll walk the cul-de-sac and tell a story of either or something of the past or the present that helped shape Chasing Destiny. Okay, so I know where I learned, where I had the chops. I knew I was a real creative is when I was in 8th grade, Miss Kimberly Ushery's class, right? I was bad good. I always wanted to make folks laugh, be everybody's friend. I was always putting on the show. The school was my stage, baby. And so she loved me. She was a young teacher. I could tell she loved me, and I definitely know now she really loved me. She's my English teacher, so I could always talk. So she was impressed with how I was even colorful with the wrong answers. And now that I'm grown, because I'm a teacher now, I can see the kids who do me the same way. It's pretty cool. But I had this assignment. We all had this assignment that we had to do, and it was towards the ending of the school year. And it was like, if you don't do this, you ain't going to the the ninth grade. I was going to the ninth grade. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna turn in the assignment. She kept warning me for like a good 15 days straight, because she knew I wasn't gonna do it. But the thing about this assignment was you could write a story and get up in the classroom and tell it, or you could do a folklore and tell it, or it was just something, I don't know, something. But anyway, so it's the day before. I'm leaving out of the classroom, and this when you only see this teacher 2 days a week. So that means I had another day, right? So she tell me, she was like, hey, when you come back to class, you got to have that assignment. I said, oh, yes, ma'am, I'm going to do it. I got you. So then I go home. I probably walked to my best friend's house, Molly, that was streets over, walked over there, kicked it over there, probably walked the west side, then probably came back to the east side, to Knox Park, and didn't do no homework. Let's just say that. So then I go next morning, the bus finna run. I got probably about 10, 15 minutes to get to the bus, right? So I think it's like my foot got darn planted down right there at the door. I was like, oh, shoot. I didn't write nothing. I ain't do nothing. What I'm gonna do? So this was my mama, Lord have mercy, she was so sweet. She was taking old clothes from all the older people at my church because she didn't want to be mean, and she would wear it at least once so they would know she appreciated it. Lord Jesus, my mama was 20 dressing like she was 50. But that ain't the story though. So she always had old people shit laying around the house. My daddy, who was he was a thrifter, so he always had random shit, right? So it was a cane behind our door for some reason. So I got some old clothes. I got a wig out my mama closet. I got the cane, and I took it to school. And Miss Ushery, the good thing about this, she was my last period class right before we got to go home, right? So I'm usually all hyped up in school, everything. I'm the one in the breakfast, being on the table, singing some raps, all that shit. That's me. I'm ticking, I'm all pop locking it. But this morning, nah, I can't, because I got to think what I'm going to do. What's finna happen? So I think all day, all day, all day. We get to Miss Ushery class. She looked like if she just wrote something on a Post-it note, I'm a passer. But I was like, "Now, Miss Ushery, I got something." I said, "But I need to go to the bathroom first." Bro, I went to that bathroom, put that wig on, and that duster that my mama had, and some glasses. I don't know where I got the glasses from, and had the cane. And my back just did like this. And I walked with that cane, and then I swayed in the classroom like a little old woman. Like an old woman. And I told the story of the 3 little pigs. And I remember being present, but not present. I was just in my mind like, I just got to pass this class. I want to graduate with my friends, go to 9th grade. But at the end of it, all I heard was clap. Everybody in the classroom clapping. And I snapped out of it like, what was that? What was that? And I was like, hey, don't know who that is. But okay, good morning. Like, what was that? And I liked that feeling. I loved acting. I love being a creative. I love creating that day in my mind what I was going to do. It was more about the character and the character development. I could have went there, set as Destiny, but it was something about that little old woman who came in that classroom. Ha! You fast forward. Oh no, I'm wrong about when this happened. This happened during midterms, before Christmas break. They have the meetings. So, man, I got all my teachers in there. Miss Kimberly Usher, she the youngest one in there. So these teachers, they sit around me and my mama. We have the meeting. And all of them ain't got nothing good to say about me. But I'm just hurt. I'm like, man, I know I don't do the work, but I'm funny. I'm cool. Everybody love me. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm here to entertain. I do my job. Why do I need to work? What I need this work for? I can read. I know 2 + 2, and I'm learning my multiplication in the 8th grade. So you know what classes I was in. But Miss Ushery, she sat up and she advocated for me. She was like, at that time, Mr. Bonner, she was like, she's always late on her assignments, but she turns them in. But this last assignment she just did, I want to tell you about it. And she started to tell my mama, and I saw my mama light up. And I saw her be able to, like, whew, all ain't lost. Because sometimes society tell you your kids ain't worth a damn before you can build them up good enough. You know? So now that I'm grown, I look back over that and think about the seed that was planted. And the seed was planted in church. So in church, we was always doing plays and skits. And my pastor, he was an improver. I've been doing improv since I was 4 in church. Because one of the baddest musicians, I'll go down swinging saying my pastor, one of the baddest musicians in Georgia. And composers, because he made up a whole bunch of songs. But let me get back on track. The church is where I learned to be creative, but it was also small seeds that were planted to make me be able to even think I could do that in 8th grade. And now I get paid to teach other children how to do that, to be creative. Man, what NDRE say? How I know my God is real. He real. He's so real. We losing sight of him. I've been one of them people that's done lost sight. Done went to every side, tried over here, tried over there. But when you had that planted in you, especially us millennials, oh my God, especially us millennials, we got a different calling on our life. We got a different calling on our life. And I'm going to put this in there too, because I'm going to live in the present and living in the moment, because I can't pretend it didn't happen. That little baby Jada is my little cousin. Didn't know her, but I know her mama. Me and her mama and all my family, back then, you knew your third, fourth cousins. Y'all was together, y'all was kicking it. Her mama named Baby. We call her Baby. She never was loud. She never, I ain't remember her. We used to fight up over the doggone trampoline and all kinds of shit when we were kids. Oh, you see her in the corner just, I can maybe count how many times she like really talked. But to hear her cry out on the news about her baby and who she chose to cry out to, even if I gotta open my mouth in pain, God, I cry out to you. I cry out to you and I ask you to bring love into the community. Man, we got to get back to having some teachers who care, like a Miss Kimberly Usher, like a Kim Hilbert, like a Miss Patricia Carter, like a Miss Strickland. We got to get back to that stuff. We got to get back, teachers, pastors, caring about having transportation so people can get to church from the hood. Caring about that. It ain't no reason anybody should be running Vacation Bible School and it ain't full. Man, Vacation Bible School, it used to be the place where people took their kids and knew they could at least get a meal. Yes, we don't have to live in that mindset no more, but we didn't have to lose community either. You got little old ladies scared of boys in hoodies because they don't know what they're going to do to them. When it used to be niggas in baggy pants was helping the old lady take her groceries in the house. Come on now, it used to be a code. I don't know why I went there, but we still walking. We still walking. And I said, as long as I'm walking, I'm going to talk. Because I guess I know. That's what I'm good at. But man, we got to clean up our community. Just start with us. What they say, sweep around your own front porch before you try to sweep around mine. All that little old shit you hear your grandma saying, that stuff kind of makes sense. It makes sense when you think about it. Like, we can't keep sweeping, talking about, oh, the politicians, oh, the this and all that. What are you doing in your community? What are you going to your kids' school and talking about? If you a business owner and you ain't going back to see how you can do something for a neighboring school, something is wrong. That's what the ancestors built this for. They built it through community, and we looking at it up here and just slowly slaughtering and dismantling what they built. And I'm not talking about 2,000 years ago. I'm talking about just 40 years ago, 50 years ago. Just that amount respected. We ain't teaching our kids about it no more. We ain't having our kids go down there and check Miss such and such mailbox, take her mail up, take her trash can up. We ain't doing none of that because we too busy. And I was too. That's why I got off social media for a while, man, because I realized that my son was growing up and I had already missed a whole bunch. How I missed it and I was there the whole time. That's a scary thought. I was like, I woke up one day and noticed hair on his legs. I said, wait a minute, when that happened? I used to could keep up when the boy lost his first tooth, when the tooth grew back, when he chipped his nail, when he got cut on the face, what that scar, I knew everything on his body. I knew everything. And you would think such a big change, I would notice that. And I'm just like, what's taking up all my... So I was like, nah. And when I tell you it's been beautiful, bro, man, my boy, it's like he was born again. He was born again, and that excitement I had when he was born and how it was just, it's there. And that lets you know God be blessing us and pouring out blessings that we do not have room to receive. And we mishandle them if we don't become aware quickly how we can be mishandling something that was the first blessing. You know, my son is a blessing. He is a blessing. Like I tell people, I didn't have no time. We'll do that story another time. But he is a blessing. We'll do that story another time. We're gonna walk 20. Let me see. But back to Miss Ushery, man. I went on a whole tangent. Cause it all be, that's how my mind be working. That's why I gotta be like, Lord, I give over to control to you. I live in the present. I live in the now. That's what I gotta do. Live in the present, live in the now. But I like to visit the past sometimes, think about why the present is the present. But visiting to say, I thank you in gratitude. Not to make myself feel ashamed, not to find spaces to be guilty or find guilt. Nope, none of that. I say thank you. Thank you, because if I didn't go through that, if I wasn't put under pressure, girl, you might not graduate. And you, at that time when you were a kid, that's your whole life. And it ain't even about the graduation. It's just about the celebration and the money you gonna get in the cars. If you could get that, you wouldn't give a damn. And your parents want to see you, and they want to take pictures and smile. But guess what? You know what? I still didn't make it to that graduation either. I had to tell you that story another time. I didn't graduate. If you want to hear that story, how I didn't graduate and what happened, just comment below. Tell me another story, another Chasing Destiny story. Say, I want another Chasing Destiny story. We've been walking for 17 minutes, 45 seconds. We're going to keep going until we hit the 20. What can I say before? Love on your people. Love on your people. Get up, get out, and do something. Just something. Love on your people. Love on yourself. Take care of yourself. Listen to things that motivate you. Listen to things that keep you going. Read a book. Try something new. Food, it don't matter. Try something new. Pray and meditate. Prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation. Man, learn something new. If you an adult or a child and you're not using ChatGPT and just playing around with it, just play around with it right now. Let it be your journal. Just let it be a journal and see what happened. See what happened. That's all I'm gonna say. What else? Pray for our leader of this nation, or this country, baby. Pray for him. You know, they like to give Gemini's a bad name, but I don't know what happened, you know. But pray for him. Pray for all the other countries. Pray for the entire world. As we all become bridges, because it's rich versus poor around here, man. That's it. But love is an overflow of that. We just got to make it worth more than what they tell us is worth. Community is worth more than that. We just got to show them it's worth more than they let us know it's worth. They shouldn't tell us that these programs ain't needed in our community. We got proof that they need it. Let's go, people. Let's go, people. Thank you for listening to this Chasing Destiny tangent. You can like, comment, subscribe. I ain't perfect, so I don't care if you do or if you don't. Whatever you say, it's your world. I'm just Squirrel in it, baby. All right, y'all have one fantastic, beautiful day on purpose, all right?